It's hobby day! Hello guys, welcome back to another video. My voice is still raspy because it's the morning and I want to take advantage of the day, get started right in the morning, bright and early for hobby day. So you're probably wondering, what the hell is hobby day? Well, hobby day is this new idea I got recently to have a day dedicated to just hobbies. And of course, if you're busy, if you have other things to do, if you have to work, you can create a hobby day that works and fits into your schedule. It doesn't have to be a whole day thing. It could be half the day, it could be for a couple of hours, it could be for 30 minutes. The point here is that we are making dedicated hobby time. We are creating a slot into our schedule that says, hey, I'm going to prioritize my hobbies. And I think it's just a fun and intentional way to make time for what makes you feel good, for your own comfort, for your own cozy season, for your own cozy time. And yeah, I think it's also a great act of self-prioritization, self-care, and your hobby day can look like anything you desire. It doesn't have to look like how mine's gonna look like today. You can design it the way that you desire, right? Like I said, it could be a whole day, it could be a half day, it could be an hour. Just make time for yourself to do the things that you want to do, that you enjoy doing. Now, if that all sounds good, I do want to go over what I believe should be the prereqs to a hobby day. So, first on my list, prerequisite to a hobby day, of course, is some sort of cozy drink, preferably warm, especially if you are right now in the autumn season or in the colder season. Preferably drink something warm, something that you love. Maybe that's a matcha. I actually want to get back into matcha. It's been a while. Or another one of my favorite drinks is chai latte. Right now I'm just having a black tea, Ceylon tea, which is really good. But another thing I will add is preferably not only warm, but preferably you're sipping on something throughout your dedicated hobby time. So throughout the day. Not only does it feel good to be drinking something warm, but you're also going to be staying hydrated. And bonus, if you are drinking some sort of herbal tea that is like anti-inflammatory or supports hormone balance or something that is specific to you and something that you're trying to improve. So for me later, that's going to be making a big pot, and I will take you guys along with me, of course, showing you how I create like a big French press pot of tea, of specifically nettle leaf tea, which has so many benefits for my health. And like I said, make it specific to you. And I don't know, it's just like a fun, cozy way to romanticize your day, to romanticize your health, and it just fits perfectly. So cozy drink, preferably warm, preferably sipping it throughout your dedicated hobby time. Requirement number 2, comfy clothes. I am just wearing some, I don't even know what color it is, but I think it's like gray/blue sweatpants and a gray sweatshirt. Nothing fancy. It's not a matching set. It doesn't have to be. It could be a matching pajama set for you, right? It could be putting on a robe, which I do have and I probably will be putting on, to be honest. Even though it's not so cold in here, it does feel good to have an extra layer, a robe on. Another thing I suggest is having some cozy socks. Cozy socks, and bonus, some cozy slippers, right? So just having a comfy, loose, relaxing clothes on that don't feel like they're tight on you, that don't feel like they are taking you out of your comfort, right? Just a nice set of clothes. They don't have to be matching, but I will show you guys what I'm wearing. So very simply, like I said, a crew neck that I got from Aerie like a couple years ago. Still have it, still in great shape. I have these random sweatpants from Reebok, I believe, that I also got, I have no idea when. And then I'm wearing some long socks that are kind of thick with some cute slippers that kind of look like Uggs, but they're not. Prerequisite number 3, of course, getting to the meat of our day, is the hobbies. So again, this really depends on how much time you are dedicating to this. Ideally, it's at least one hobby, of course, then what's the point, right? But I think something nice, and also like I feel like every point so far has had a bonus. But it's just something that I think can just make things more interesting, is to try something new. Try a new hobby. Of course, if you are limited on time, just do the thing that you already have or have tried, or just do the thing that is easy, of course, that you already have. But if you are intentionally creating a day for a hobby day, I would really recommend trying something new. And I get it. Trying something new can sometimes feel scary. It can feel like, oh, you're gonna end up maybe not doing it right, or making a mistake, or wasting your whole day, right? Because you are trying something new and learning something new, and it can sometimes feel just frustrating. But trying new things and being okay in the imperfection of the outcome is so good for you. And the more that you can put yourself in those situations, the more you start to learn the art of imperfection. And I believe that like we all kind of struggle with this vice and this idea of perfectionism. I know that I have, and I used to always resort to the things I already know, whether it's the same food, whether it's the same workouts, whether it's the same like activities, sports, things that I always knew, because I knew that that was my comfort. I knew that I could expect what was coming, and anything outside of that, aka anything outside of that comfort bubble, was scary because I was afraid of failing, or afraid of not doing it right, of it not being perfect. And for some reason, I would make imperfection mean something about myself and my worth and my value. And over the years, I've just really embraced like just things not being perfect, allowing things to be messy, allowing things to not be like the best, right? Because I think like ultimately it's almost like we're competing with either ourselves or other people or whatever it is. And long story short, I believe that ultimately it's not the end product. The point of a hobby day, right? The point of creating this little pocket of time for ourselves is to enjoy the process itself, to be immersed in the learning of something new, of the creativity itself, of you expressing something, of you trying something new in that moment, of not always doing the same thing over and over again, and like just seeing how you can go from A to Z, right? Without it being like this linear thing, and just, I don't know, appreciating the actual process of the hobby, of the activity, of this new thing that you might be trying. So it's not the end product, it is the process, it is the journey that matters. And I know that sounds cheesy, but it is something that I'm so happy I've been able to start to like embrace more and more. And I find that I've just been so much happier. Like my mood, my mental health has been so much better since I've just kind of let go of the outcome, and I've just like allowed myself to try new things. And I will add one more thing to that. It's okay if you start something new and it doesn't work out, or you don't like it, and you let go of it, right? You don't have to stick to everything that you start. I used to be so, like, I used to put so much pressure on myself and used to feel so guilty. Sorry, literally just got full on walked in on while filming this, as you guys saw. But anyways, I used to feel super just like guilty, and I used to put so much pressure on myself if I would start something new, because I felt like I had to stick to it. And if I didn't, I would feel like, oh my gosh, I never stick to it. I would always create some sort of story that, oh, I don't finish things. Oh, I, jump from one thing to the others. And I used to like make that so negative, but it's honestly not. Like, that's the point. You are supposed to try things to see what you like and what you don't like. If that's you, then I'm giving you permission to tell a new story. Let yourself know that it's okay for you to start something new and not to go fully through with it if you don't like it, if it's not for you, right? Now, of course, if you are not giving up so easily because it's not perfect, right? But if you simply just don't like it, if it's not for you, then move on. It's okay, let it go, right? It's not a waste. A learning experience. And learning experiences, again, are not always so linear. So that's my little advice for you on this topic. So yes, you want to have hobbies, at least one and or more, and as a bonus, try something new. Maybe that's diamond art, maybe that's clay is one I want to try very, very soon. Maybe that's coloring. I just got back into coloring recently. Reading, maybe it's gaming, maybe that is crocheting, which is another one that I would love to get into. But yes, the list is endless. Now, the last prerequisite that I have on my list here is to bake slash eat something comforting. There's nothing like having a cozy day at home than, of course, having your cozy warm drink, but also making something for yourself that feels really warm, that feels very nourishing, that feels so comforting. So maybe that's baking cookies, maybe that is making pancakes for breakfast, whatever that comforting food is. Maybe it's a bowl, a salad, maybe it's a grilled cheese. Like, I'm kind of naming some of my own comfort foods, but yeah, I would really recommend also making sure that it is somewhat nourishing, right, and healthy, because if we are planning on doing a whole hobby day at home, right, we do want to make sure that we are not neglecting our health, right? We just want to make sure that we are still meeting our body's needs, of course. So I'm gonna be making banana pancakes for lunch, and it's my healthy version recipe, which I'm really excited because I'm gonna be showing you guys how I make it, and I will be sharing the recipe. And the best part about this recipe is that you only really need 2 to 3 ingredients depending. So anyways, those are the prereqs. If you are looking to have your own hobby day, of course, you don't have to follow my tips, but I do highly recommend them, and I think that it just makes the time extra special. Now, moving on to my specific plan for the day, for my hobby day. I pretty much do have the time for hobbies all day if I wanted to today. I made time for it, right? I did my work when I needed to, and I knew that today was going to be the day. I made time for it. I wrote down a couple things that I would like to do. So I would like to play on the Switch. I have a couple games that I'm currently playing, and I would like to color. I have markers that are waiting for me to be used. I also, if you haven't watched my last video, Daniel's birthday is coming up actually now in 2 days, and so I'm gonna be making him a card from scratch. I don't know exactly what that's gonna look like, but that's a cute little fun creative art project. From actually designing the card and like gluing things together. Yeah, just like adding like stickers, and I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna be making the card myself. The next hobby is a new hobby. I have never tried this before. It is a wooden flower puzzle. So I'm excited for that. That's going to be my new hobby that I'm gonna be trying for today. If I have more time, I have 2 extra things that I've added to optional hobbies for the day. I have a cute little puzzle that I thrifted. It's only 150 pieces. It's a vintage Disney puzzle that I will be showing you guys. That if I had time, or if I feel like switching it up and I feel like doing it, I will do that puzzle. And then the last thing that I have on my list for today is immersive reading. Essentially what immersive reading is that you have your physical book with you, whether it is actually physical or if it's via ebook, Kindle, or Kobo or whatever e-reader you have, while listening to the audiobook version of the book. And people say that not only does it help you read faster or get through it faster, right? Because obviously you could just do audiobook, but when you have the actual book with you, it's almost like you're more focused on it, and you are also reading at the same time, which is also good for your brain. But it's just like a more immersed experience, of course, as the name states. Okay guys, I had enough yapping and I just want to get into this. I don't know what I'm going to start with, but let's just go see what we're working with. So it's such a gloomy day, which I believe is the perfect day to be staying in, staying the fuck home, and enjoying yourself a hobby day. Let's go to the hobby room. Let's go to the hobby room. All right. Oh my gosh, it's dark as F. All right. There we go. Got some light. Guys, it's actually so dark in here. Like, okay, it's gloomy, which I love, but it's also kind of dark. So we gotta turn on some lights. But hey, cozy lights always make everything better. And I got some new lights in this room, which I didn't get to show you guys yet. Like I said in the last vlog, which if you haven't seen again, highly recommend checking it out because I give you guys a little tour of the hobby room. But since that video, I did add something to the room, which are these fairy lights, which I'm so excited to show you. Okay, so we're starting with the wooden flower puzzle. We're starting with the new hobby just because I think it's always good to start with the harder thing first thing. And I'm just saying it's harder. I don't actually know, it might be really easy, but the only reason why I'm categorizing it as harder is because it's new and I don't know what to expect. So let's see what we're working with here. What the hell? Excuse me. Let me like wrap my head around this for a sec. Okay, I totally get what I'm doing. Basically, it looks complicated. That's just because there's a lot of pieces, but it's pretty clear. It tells you exactly where to put things together. And I'm just gonna go for it. Broke it. Okay, lesson learned. If you are doing a wooden puzzle, you have to be careful while you're puncturing the wooden pieces out and when you're handling them because they can break. Of course, it's made out of wood. So don't apply too much pressure like I did. I tried to save the one I broke with some tape, but we'll see how it actually ends up holding up. So this is not so easy. It is very fragile. It's freaking falling apart. It's falling apart. I don't know, guys. I don't know if it was that one piece that messed everything up, but I don't know. It's just like you put one piece and it messes the other side, and then you fix the other side, and then the other piece you just put together comes out. It's just like not clicking, if that makes sense. It's just not clicking together, this puzzle. But I'm gonna keep trying. I don't even know if I would consider this cozy. not so bad. I managed to figure something out and I have it standing. You just have to make do with what you can and figure it out. For example, like this piece broke and you just had to make a hard decision. I just decided that this piece is just not going to be part of it, and that's okay. I mean, of course, depends on the puzzle. Like sometimes you need, of course, a piece to build upon, but in this case, it seems like you could just, it seems like you can just wing it, and you could even, which I don't have, is glue gun things together if it's just like not working out. I'm just happy I got somewhere. Okay, we did it, guys. It's not perfect because I didn't put that bottom piece here. This little wraparound looking vase wasn't able to fully click in and close, so I think I'll just get creative and maybe get like a ribbon and just tie it closed. But otherwise, it wasn't the worst. I honestly thought, especially because we started with the base was so complicated for nothing. I don't know why we needed all of these, like, I mean, I guess it's supposed to look like a staircase leading up to the top of the pot, but I don't know, the base was super complicated. But the flower itself was really easy and fun to make. So in the end, I'm happy I didn't give up because I was like really close to just like, guys, when it broke and I had to like figure out a way to put it back together, I was like, argh. But we made it and we're okay. So I think what I'm gonna do now is just take a lunch break. It actually is 12 o'clock. So yeah, that took like an hour-ish, an hour and a half, something like that. I'm gonna go take a lunch break, make my banana pancakes, and then we will continue. Wanna go outside? She answered. She really wants to go outside, right? I'm gonna take you out after I eat. The thing is, I take her out for like not even 2 minutes and then she's ready to go inside. I don't know what it is. Ouch! You got too sleepy? Okay, I'm gonna make the card now. So I wrote the card before. As you guys saw, I was just like getting emotional. I don't know, I find these things so sentimental when you're like expressing your love or your gratitude, wishing somebody a happy birthday, somebody that you deeply care about. I think it can get a little bit emotional, of course, because I don't know, you just realize how much this person really means to you and how much you care about them and how much they care about you. So I'm gonna make the card now. I don't really have a plan. I just took out some things that I think will go nicely together. I have some stickers. I'm gonna see if any of them are nice to use. I have some cardstock paper, I don't know what you would call it, that I can use as like the outside, as the actual like outside of the card. And then I have some thick paper for the inside where I'm gonna actually write the message. I also have an empty envelope, and I got this wax seal stamp set from Action. So that'll be kind of fun to use to close the envelope. Okay, I'm so happy with how this turned out. So far we've done the card and the flower puzzle. I honestly don't really feel like coloring right now. I feel like me writing the card and doing that was a lot of that type of crafting already. I feel like I don't really want to do this. So I think I actually want to start that puzzle, the one that I said I might do if I had time, which is this vintage Disney puzzle that I picked up from the thrift store. Look how cute this is. It was like €1. This one was so cute. I just hope that it is complete, aka there are no missing pieces. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but it's only 150, so I don't know. Let's see how far I can get. I kind of just want to throw on Gilmore Girls and do this just kind of like slow down. I feel like the first two activities required a lot of like brain work and a lot of effort, of course, trying to write something beautiful for my partner and making sure it's all looking nice. And now I just want to do something where I'm brain off, watch a show, slowly put this puzzle together, and We'll see afterwards what I feel like doing, but so far it's been so fun.
The whole thing's terribly and so always miserable. I hate that he's miserable. Well, on vacation, then, trip to California, to the paradise. Please see you, David. Oh, I had to get out to Santa Barbara. Gum wrapper. Yes. He said it was homework. It was. I read the whole book carefully. So.
Alright, I am done with the puzzle. It is almost 5 and it's getting dark, as you can see. There were 2 pieces missing from the box, which is okay. I mean, it was thrifted. I didn't really know what to expect, but of course they can't guarantee it to be complete. But that's okay. It's just 2 pieces and it was fun to do regardless. It took about like an hour and it's done. And it's super cute and it's just fun because you can just put it back and redo it anytime you feel like doing a puzzle. So I think now, I mean, on my list I have coloring, immersive reading, and gaming. I think that it is time for some Nintendo Switch time. So I don't know what game yet I'm gonna play, but we'll see. I'm not really sure yet. I'm just gonna open it up and see what happens.